Okay, so you come back after, 5-10 minutes, and it's dry. Everything, all the paint's dry, whatever. I touched it up a little bit more, but not by much. So now comes the fun part. This is how this thing looks so amazing. These are these things called washes. All right, well, in Citadel paints, in Games Workshop paints, they call them oils. But there are shades. Sorry, shades. They call them shades in Games Workshop, not oils. That's just the color of this particular wash. So washes are basically really, really watered down types of paints. So they give you a particular color to blend everything together. In this case, this is Nuln Oil. So this is a black wash or a black shade. And it's going to black everything. It's going to get into these small crevices that you normally can't paint into manually without spending hours and hours and hours on a single small model. So this is going to blend everything together and make everything look absolutely fantastic. They also make these shades and washes in blue, red, green, whatever. There's a million different types of washes. I experimented with a brown wash and a black wash and a blue wash. I like the black the best. Sometimes you may have to experiment too, which washes you like the best. So now you're going to take a larger brush. I wouldn't use the Citadel base brush for this. I would use something larger that you don't mind getting a little dirty. I think this is another flat brush. So you shake the wash. And what you're going to do is you're just going to cover the entire model in this. It's going to cover the entire model, and you're going to spread it out. So try not to glop it together if you can. Like spread it out. Like use more to don't just glob it all on so it pools. Just keep spreading it around, and you're going to cover everything. Everything on this model is going to be covered by this black wash. Every single piece, and you're going to see how amazing it goes from looking mediocre to amazing. These are what these washes are thinking. They didn't have these when I first started playing. Citadel did not make washes. Made something else, but they make the model look amazing. And this gets everywhere. Don't be afraid not to get a place with it. See how it's okay. So right there, see the top? That's pooling. That's way too much. That is way too much right there. So we're gonna take this and we're just gonna try to use it and spread it out around. You don't want it to pool too big. See, but look at that. It already looks amazing. Like it looks a million times better, right? This is the most important phase of it too, is the washing. So we're gonna keep on spreading it out. Keep on adding more. Someone's gonna be like, "You're using too much." I like using a lot of wash because I love the effect it gives off. So it's basically think of it as like colored water. So it's seeping into all those spots and locations you just can't get into with a brush. They're too tiny. They're way too tiny even for a miniature, even for a big miniature. So we're still doing it. Gotta get the tail. Still doing it. Oh, did not get the top at all. You're gonna get it everywhere. All right, everywhere. Do not miss a part because it's gonna look weird if you miss a part. So blending the colors together nicely. Nicely. Get underneath it a little bit, the tail. And this brush is probably even a little small for what I'm doing. I could probably use a bigger brush. They're just all the way over there and I'm lazy. So don't be like me. Don't do what Donnie Don't does. And those of you who get that are probably as old as I am. Those of you going, what the hell is Donnie Don't, then you don't get it. All right. Be also careful because some of the models have like, the longer, more narrow a piece is, the more likely it'll break. So you got to be careful not, I'm doing it a really rough. You guys shouldn't be probably doing it this rough, but you could do it a lot lighter. See, I'm missing an entire leg back there. You're just getting all those crevices in there where the muscle is to make it look like they're frozen and old. Underneath him, thing. All right, so we just kind of look around this, make sure we got all the places we need to get. So that's a pretty big difference. I mean, I'm going to show you guys a side-to-side comparison. This is the basing. So what we just did was the basing layer, which was this. That was the basing layer, and now this is with the wash. You guys can see the difference, right? I mean, the difference is wash, not wash, wash, not wash. Number one, number two. Number one, oops, number two. So like, it really, washing makes a huge difference in the model and makes it look fantastic. I would highly recommend always washing. I think most people do wash, at least all my friends who paint do washes. In some cases you don't need to, but in some cases, yes. So we just did the base was the first thing we did. We painted everything one solid color. Then we washed. So, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this sit for a little bit longer. I'd say like another 10, 15 minutes just to be safe. You want this completely dry before we do our next step. So place it, somewhere cool, in a cool, dry place. I wouldn't recommend outside because outside wind might knock it over or dirt, dust might get on it. So just in a cool, dry place, let it dry, and then we're gonna come back to it.